Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are news topic. Today we're news reporters. We're reporting news to you, things we hear in the internet, and we want you to know first, or second, or last. But we want you to know.
But you're gonna get the news anyways.
You're gonna get the news. It's a little short round table. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. Maybe we don't know how long. It won't be this long. I mean, the first one will probably be a little lengthy, but we're just gonna get through all these. We have three topics today. Basically, the first one is Sam Raimi doing Doctor Strange.
Are we ready to forgive him for Spider-Man 3?
It wasn't even his fault. It was the studio. It was studios. I think that he even said it. Like he said it like, oh hey, I didn't want all like this villain here. Like I didn't want Venom. His original villains were gonna be Sandman originally and the Vulture.
Eric Foreman shoved his way into this movie.
Really? Exactly, man.
Yeah, it wasn't Sam Raimi.
I mean, Carlos, how do you feel about Sam Raimi in general?
I mean, I love the old Spider-Man movies.
How about his Evil Dead series?
Which ones did he do? Because that's the thing, I don't know too much.
Okay, the first one, obviously, he did.
He did, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the dude looks like he's done good projects. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how... Because the old Spider-Man movies were a little bit more...
realistic?
Hokey-ish?
Yeah, it was like if the comic books kind of...
Yeah, it was more comic bookish. He played a comic book movie straight.
The one time I remember we're in a comic book movie is when that lady's like, look out, oh my god, it's Spider-Man! Yeah.
You know, my cousin knows that lady.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, she was my cousin tried to be an extra during the filming of that, but
really?
she knew the lady who was like, it's Spider-Man.
Oh nice. Yeah, that's a good one. She sounds like one of those like you don't remember those books that were coming out during the time movie, like comic book movies that you push a button on the character.
Yeah, right.
And it would say something like that.
I used to have those for the Lion King.
Yeah. So it's something like that. Cruz, for you, Doctor Strange, Sam Raimi, horror classic director.
I think you can put it off.
Yeah.
Especially the way this movie is gonna go with the multiverse of madness.
Okay.
He's been there before.
All right, question for everybody. I know we haven't heard rumors. We're not really big fans of rumors.
We don't do rumors here.
Rumor has it, but
until I see it in the trailer, it's not true.
But for you, for you guys, what would you like to see in this movie?
The multiverse.
Okay.
Well, it's in the title.
It's the title, but you know how they clickbait you and.
Well, I mean, yeah, I understand, I guess, but I don't think Doctor Strange will be a clickbait. I mean,
are we gonna get Tobey Maguire?
Well, is that what you want to see?
I want to see a cameo of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
I'm saying we're things that we want.
So you want fan service?
No, not fan service.
Okay, fan service. Is just someone will appear. Like, let's say how. I always bring it up. DC when they did their multiverse in CW, where they're like, "Oh, we're in the city of where Batman from the Tim Burton era's here." That is like a fan service. I consider it like fan service. Like they didn't really do anything with the character, or like I said, Batman.
Yeah, like they better call it. Like if you're gonna have something with
it has to be an important
Spider-Man.
Right? Yeah,
throw them all the way in there.
Yeah,
don't just be like, "Oh, hi guys, I'm Spider-Man. Bye."
I think the problem is with that is that
it's not a Spider-Man movie.
Well, yeah, you're taking away from
the Strange.
Don't do what they did with the Flash in the CW, where he just appears for a minute and he's like, "Okay, I made my appearance.
Well, that's pretty much what's
Here's
gonna
my
happen.
check."
Okay, would you prefer someone who is a part of that universe though, and not exactly the main character? So it kind of shows you like maybe.
Is it Wanda gonna be in it?
I know that, but I mean, she's basically like gonna be the sidekick.
Yeah.
But I mean, from let's say you don't want to get clickbait or something like that. Instead of Spider-Man, would you want to see like, oh, I'm Mary Jane Watson, or like someone from that universe?
It's gonna be the same thing. They're just making a quick cameo.
Well, I mean, but it's not necessarily the like Spider-Man or whoever you want in that.
Well, I mean, don't think that I don't want like. If they said Tobey Maguire is gonna be in this movie and Spider-Man is gonna be in it, and like he's gonna be an essential part of the plot, I'd be like, yeah, go all the way with it, man. Just don't, cock tease us like they did. I don't have to go off on that, rant.
Yeah. Okay. Cruz.
But I don't. My point is, don't mention it. If it happens, it happens. Yeah. If Spider-Man makes like a 5-second cameo, and I'm like, wait, I know you. Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was our first topic, which was basically Sam Raimi doing Spider-Man. I hope there's a lot of horror type of cinema elements to it. I mean, I hope he does that whole. He did it in Spider-Man 2, where he gets the Doc Ock arms, where just like doing like the Evil Dead.
They're murdering people.
Yeah, that was very Sam Raimi-ish.
My thing is this gonna set up Wanda going crazy for the Wanda and Vision show?
Maybe. We don't know yet.
You don't know yet.
I don't want to throw rumors out there. Yeah. Rumor does have it. Anyways, our next topic is basically Ahsoka's voice actress. Apparently, not actually voice actress, but would the voice actors do a better job as their live action counterparts? Would they? Opinions, anybody? I know the one of the big topics, one of the big things about this was Ahsoka, right? Yeah. You were saying, Cruz, that fans were kind of disappointed that Ahsoka...
the voice actress didn't get the role, and it went to Rosario Dawson.
Okay. I mean, how do you feel about that? I mean, coming from a big Star Wars fan base where you
I say voice actors should stay as voice actors only if they could fit the...
Okay, if they could fit the mold.
Like the guy that voices Darth Maul in Rebels and Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. He could play Darth Maul because he's young.
Yeah.
We've seen him act before. You've seen what he could do.
Okay, what has he done?
He was Doomsday in Smallville. He was in The Mist.
Okay.
Plus, he was
Oh yes, I know what you're talking
about. He was the voice actor for Star Killer.
Okay. Oh yes. We'll probably put a picture up of him. Handsome devil.
He was the dead soldier in the tank.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. That's a great dead soldier in the tank. Great acting.
Walking Dead.
I know what you mean. It's the only dead soldier in the tank I've seen. I haven't seen a lot.
Have you ever seen that Chris Rock skit of his stand-up, where he's basically saying how...
Is that the one where Michael gets in trouble at the office?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
No, where he's talking about voice acting, and he's like, it's the easiest fucking job in the world.
Yeah.
You just show up, say your lines, and I'm not saying all voice actors, don't put as much effort in it, but come on, acting and voice acting are two completely different jobs. Mm-hmm. They're in the same field, but they're completely different.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, what if they did cast the voice actress, but she has no acting skill? It's a lot different from making voice inflections to body, motion, and everything.
Yeah. I'm assuming Chris Rock is talking about this when he did probably Osmosis Jones, right? Maybe he was
talking about Madagascar.
Oh, okay.
Because he was like, you just show up, you read, and they give you your money. And you've seen it's the easiest job in the world. Yeah. And voice actors who complain about it are just bitching. Okay. I won't say I agree with him, but it does kind of say how, it's too similar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, careers. His level of like his when he comes to him, he's already had a career as comedy, like a comedic. Yeah. So I mean, it's a little different from him, where this is all they have. While Chris Rock has much more. Like, he's an actor, a comedian. Maybe, I'm not defending them, but I'm assuming this is where they complain a lot.
Well, I mean, more along the same lines. Like, it's completely different from being a joke writer and a comedian.
Oh, true.
Like, you can write a joke, but, how do you deliver it?
Yeah.
You deliver it? Totally different things. So, I mean, I that's how I kind of view this. It's like, they're similar, but don't act like you're on... Yeah, I don't want to say on their level, but don't act like you're in the same game.
Very true. Oh, okay. I guess we'll go to the next topic. Okay, and our last topic it's basically digital movies. Theaters nowadays, because of the whole epidemic that's happening. I mean, right now, people are kind of worried about theaters being closed after or during this time, and then after the time. For you guys, digital movies, are you for it or against it? And do you think theaters will survive? Or can they survive? I mean, that's a big question on that. Especially from a lot of movies that we do go watch at night. It's like midnight premieres and stuff like that.
We're Puritans when it comes to our movie experience.
Yeah, I mean, we like the old-fashioned, going... Yeah. Even though nowadays they removed the whole... there's still midnight movies, but
we still ask for it. We still go there, and we're like the only 3 guys in line, but we do it. But from an economic standpoint, I think this is the nail in the coffin.
Really?
I don't give them more than 5 years.
How about you, Cruz?
I think they're going to keep going. Because if they go straight to digital, movies are going to get cheaper. Oh, not cheaper in price, but cheaper in quality.
I mean, for me, I think they could... hold on, let me just... I think they could still thrive on this, since right now they're even saying kind of social distancing. The best place right now that could thrive in these things, and which I don't know if there's a lot of them still, is a drive-in theater. You know,
and they're open.
You basically could go in your vehicle by yourself and lock yourself in there without talking to nobody. Turn on the obviously turn on the tune and listen to the movie, and you'll be perfectly fine in your own car.
But do you think that's enough to completely replace this industry, the theater industry?
I think this is what's gonna happen, and I kind of, you've seen this in time. A company loses it all, and guess what happens? Another company comes and absorbs it, and I think they'll try to work something else later on. They'll try to fix something. They'll try to improve something on it. I think that's gonna happen. There's a lot of talk of it's gonna be closing, but I think it might be closed for a while, but they'll just wait for it to kind of
bloom up again,
die off, and then they'll just.
Well, I don't see theaters going extinct completely.
Yeah.
I definitely think a few are going to be open.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be like the way it is right now. I mean, as far as Cruz's comment that, you know, the quality will go down. I mean, we're kind of living in a golden age of creativity of movies.
I mean, when it comes to streaming
Netflix,
services.
streaming. I mean, some of the stuff they're pumping out, and some of the shows we're getting now are movie quality.
I think right now Netflix is thriving. Like, a lot of people laugh at Netflix. Remember there was a time like, oh, dump Netflix.
Yeah, right.
All these other places. But then a lot of these other streaming services don't really give the quality as Netflix is giving.
Yeah.
Which I give Netflix a lot of credit. Like, I remember when they told me, oh, you're going to leave Netflix? Like, why? Like, I haven't seen everything here.
I mean, I want to use this example. Right now, Disney is putting a lot of their investments into their streaming service because they know that's going to replace their theater income.
Okay.
That's where their stockbrokers are really putting their investments in. And right now, their streaming show is more popular than their movies.
Well, I mean, because you get more people watching. Well, a lot of people, people will just stay at home and watch.
When it comes to just dollars and cents, at the end, the investors, that's where they're putting their money in.
Yeah, but they're also losing money too, because how many people can share a password and don't have to pay the $70?
That's very true.
Well, I mean, how many people can sneak into a theater?
Yeah, but...
Well, it's more obvious. It's more... I think people could sneak into someone else's account more quicker than the...
But, I mean, from an economic standpoint, I mean, I don't... Listen, it's not like I want this to happen. I would prefer to be able to go to movie theaters forever, but...
Because movie theaters make their incomes off of food.
Well, that's one of the...
Exactly.
Would you say they need to change that then after this?
Listen, they do, but it's not going to happen.
Okay.
They would... The movie companies would have to throw them a really big bone.
Yeah.
And come on, let's be honest. Companies are very petty like that. I mean, just look how they were petty with Tarantino in his movie.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Star Wars came out at the same time his movie was coming out, and he was like, "Come on, guys, just let my movie air in a few theaters that your movie's playing in.
Yeah.
Like, I only want 2 screens. You guys can have the rest of the theater."
Yeah.
And Disney was just like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, exactly.
And if they're willing to say that to a guy like Tarantino,
yeah,
just imagine how bad they'll treat mom and pop theaters.
That's true. I mean, looking at these movies nowadays, they're making over $1 billion. I mean, come on, like, you can't even give a chunk out to this. What if theaters just decide not to, like, what if they start playing just indie movies and they just say, fuck, like, forget, like, these, obviously that's a stupid thing to do maybe, but I feel like, I mean, why not? Like, what were you going to...
I think the theaters that are going to survive are going to be those theaters.
Yeah, they're going to be like, well, here.
Yeah, here. I mean, it's going to be like, there's a theaters in downtown LA that just play old movies.
Okay.
I think that's how theaters are going to survive.
Okay.
And I think most movies are going to be streaming. I don't want it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Cruz, you just said it's going to hurt, I guess, the movie's quality. Yeah. I mean, why do you think that?
Because they're not going to be making, like I said, how many people go watch the movie by sharing their password?
Okay.
Movies are expensive to make. Yeah. CGI is expensive to produce.
Yeah.
So you start just sending them straight to services, digital services, paying $14 here and there. How are they going to make the profit?
Here's the thing. I have a perfect example. Someone kind of like what you're saying right now is somewhat true, because I have spoken to people about services. They hear a price and they kind of shake their head, even though I try to sell them on it. I go, dude, you're gonna pay. I think you were talking about $20. This guy's not. My friend's not that broke. He has a family, but he when he told me, like, I'm not gonna pay. Why am I gonna pay $20 for Trolls? And see, this is the thing that throws people off. And I think a lot. I understand where you're going. Maybe that it's just the fact that a lot of streaming services have been free. Like besides, like not free necessarily, but the streaming service is charges. But everything with it is free.
I'll agree with Cruz. Streaming does need to get streamlined, because it's complicated researching. Going which ones. Amazon, Hulu, Netflix. Yeah. What do I get with this? What do I get with this? What do I get with this?
Isn't it kind of hilarious? It went back to the cable wars.
Right, it's back to the cable. But as far as the CGI, that's getting cheaper.
Yeah. Okay.
These technologies, they get cheaper over time. Mm-hmm. Making a movie the quality of Terminator 2 back in the 80s cost hundreds of millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. Making a movie of that quality today, a guy in his backyard can do it.
Well, let me go try that. I'm gonna pull out my minigun.
But it's like I mean, as far as the CGI,
yeah,
like guys in college can do that now. Yeah. So I mean, it's a technology that gets cheaper.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying like, when I was finishing up, he didn't really want to pay $20 to go see the movie Trolls on the TV,
right?
Even though he had. Like
he will spend the same thing if you go to the theater.
Yeah, well, yeah, and no, I think he'll spend more. Like spend more. Like you bring your kids, your $70 plus food, almost $100. But see, the thing is, I think in Cruz's thing, I think you even told me before, Netflix is kind of down money, right? Like they're kind of just spending money they haven't even paid people. Well, not necessarily.
Like they're just kind of throwing whatever they can at the screen, seeing what sticks.
Yeah, and then basically that depends on how many subscribers they get, right? That's when the money comes in, right?
But remember, companies don't get their money from subscribers, from people paying. Yeah. That is a fraction of where they get their money from. Okay. So I mean, as far as people sharing their password, that's pennies to them.
So where do they get the money then?
Investors. Advertisement.
Okay.
Merchandise. That's the big like Tony Stark. That's the end game.
Okay, and then I'm assuming that's like Hulu and all these have advertisements in their and their things.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the cable wars. Certain companies advertise with telecom. Certain companies advertise with another.
Okay. So what you're saying, subscribers don't really matter as much.
I'm not saying they don't matter, but
if they do, they don't.
Well, no. Well, I just think because they said they're a small percentage.
They don't matter as much as. We don't matter as much as we think we do.
Okay. They need us to watch the film.
Well, that's what I'm just saying.
Well, that's true. They need us, but I mean, our money is not their main money maker.
Yeah. I know that. Now that you explain, I guess the investors didn't make sense. But I'm just saying, like I said, my friend didn't want to pay $20 on that movie. I'm just saying,
in the long run,
a lot of people, do they really want to pay? Even though, like I said, people are accustomed just not paying for that movie. Like it's already on. Disney Plus is a perfect example of someone that just threw in the movie Onward into that.
Well, they just did it as a free gift. You know what? We're going to get trouble. But here's
but are they going to be doing that if it continues? That's what I'm saying. Like, but then are people going to want to pay? Even though you're already kind of like, I told my friend, why don't you just pay for it? You're going to pay more in the theater. But he's like, nah, I'll just wait for it to like get free. I mean, there's people like that.
Well, it's a process that is flawed, and it does need to get fixed here and there. But I mean, it's a more viable process.
Oh yeah. But if anything, I think for us theaters, we really are.
I hope it keeps going.
It's not even nostalgic. It's just like when you're in the theater, it's a whole different experience how you watch it.
Yeah.
Like you're not just one of those things.
You don't hear the buses pass by. You don't hear the cars pass by.
Like if I had to choose between watching a movie here with you guys or watching a movie at the theater with you guys, I'd rather have the theater experience.
Exactly.
It's like remember Dane Cook? It's a cinematic adventure.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry for bringing up Dane Cook.
Past that. He's done. He's old news. He's Ryan Reynolds' stepbrother or something. All right, everybody. That was us. Our news cap of the week. We just kind of want to do these at least once every 2 weeks, and just kind of give you like a good topic, 3 good topics of what we're talking about, what we think is talkable about this stuff. All right, you guys, take it easy.
Be safe.
Don't be sleazy.
Stay home.